Refunds are one of the biggest profit killers on Amazon, but recently Amazon has launched this new feature where you can actually recover some of your refund losses. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can find this feature, how you can set it up. I'm also going to show you the results I got, and I'm going to explain to you should you even use it or not. Before I show you all that, if you are new to this channel, my name is Adnan and I've been selling on Amazon for the last 5 years. And in this channel, I show tips and tricks I've learned over the 5 years that cost me a lot of time and money. So if you want to save time and money, make sure to subscribe to this channel. So let's go to the screen and I'll show you this new feature from Amazon. So to access that feature, all you've got to do is go on your setting and then go on fulfillment by Amazon. And when you go to this page, you scroll down, you'll see there's a new badge here and it says FBA returns evaluation and ownership settings. And here you will see option says partial refunds. Here, if you click on edit, you'll come to this page. So let me explain you what this new feature is. So when customer applies for a refund, so instead of Amazon giving them money back and ask them to send the product, Amazon will now give them an extra option where they'll have option to accept a partial refund. So let's say your product is £10 and you have option to set a percentage of how much partial refund are you willing to give to your customer. So let's say you have set 80%. So Amazon will offer customer to keep that product, and instead of getting £10 refund for their product, Amazon will offer them £8 refund. So the customer will keep the product and they will get the £8 refund. And instead of customer sending that product back and get the £10 refund and you getting that product, you will get that £2 from the customer instead of the customer full price of £10. So that's basically what partial refund is. So now you've got option in the setting that you can set amount of percentage you want to set, and then you can set either the partial refund for all your ASINs, or you can just select certain ASINs that you want to set partial refund, or you can disable partial refund at all. So in my case, I set 80%, and I'll explain you why I've done that. So after 6 to 8 weeks, Amazon will send you a report. Let me show you the report I got. So this is my partial refund report. So you can see that I got a couple of partial refunds in November. So I set this up in end of November, and you can see the report is all the way till end of January. And I have, when you can see here in the report that total 222 people attempted to return my products, and out of all that, Amazon shown 125 people option to get partial refund. So partial refund will not be shown to every customer. Amazon would only show this option to selective customers. So because Amazon don't want people to abuse this system, so only selective customers will see that option. So in my case, 129 people saw that option, and out of 129, 52 people opted for partial refund. And here Amazon will give you an exact breakdown of each ASIN that people have taken the partial refund from. So you can see some of the ASINs got 6, and if I sort this by high to low, you can see that this ASIN got 10 attempt of refunds, and 6 people were shown the option to get a partial refund, and out of the 6, 3 people decided to take the 80% of the cost of the product and keep the product. So that gives me a 50% adoption rate for partial refund. So this report is quite helpful to work out that which ASINs are actually working for partial refund and which ASINs are not. So here you can see there was 9 attempts were made for this ASIN in January, and out of 9, only 1 person was shown, and that 1 person opted to keep the partial refund. So you'll see in here that some of them adoption rate is, let's say this one is 0. So 6 people attempted, only 2 people were given the option, and both of them refused to keep the product. So why I said 80% is most of my product cost is around 20% of the value of my product. So let's say if a product I sell for £10, the cost of goods for that product is £2. So if I can offer customer 80% money back, and if I can still get my cost of product back, I can use that cost of refund and create a brand new product and bring that product in my inventory. So instead of customers sending me that product back, if the product is damaged or if the packaging is broken, then I might not be able to use that product. So I'm actually going to lose 100% value of that product. So now I've got option to actually recover the cost of goods for that product. So that's why I've set 80%, but it's all depend on you. If your cost of good is higher, you might want to set a lower percentage of partial refund, but it depends on product to product. So if you have a product that you can't repackage and send it back to Amazon. So let's say you sell a toy, and if the reason for refund of that toy is the toy is broken, so the customer obviously not going to take a partial refund. They might just want to refund that product because the product is not functional. So it's a loss for the customer because they're going to end up throwing that product. So they don't want the 80% value of that product. They want the full refund so they can place another order. Whereas if you've got a product like clothing or shoes, where the reason for customer to send it back is because it doesn't fit the customer, so you have option to repackage and send that product back. In this situation, you might want to keep a lower partial refund because you have option to resell that product. The summary is that if you've got a product where you can't send it back, where you can't repackage and send it back, I would keep a higher partial refund because you want more and more people to opt partial refund, and then you can recover that cost of goods, where then you can use that cost of good to place another order. So you're not actually losing a lot of money. But if you've got a product that you can repackage and send it back, I would keep a lower partial refund rate because you have an option to resell that product. So that was the theory behind of me keeping a higher partial refund rate, but I can still recover my product cost. So that's basically what the partial refund is. And I think it's an amazing feature that previously we had no option to recover any cost of the product, and the refund was a total loss for us. But now at least we've got option to recover the cost of goods for that product. So definitely go in your settings and look into that option and see if this is something that you want to apply on your business. So, and when I looked in the partial refund settings, I tried to set it 100%, but it won't let me set 100%. I can set up to 99%. So if you want, you can even offer the full cost of product to the customer and also let them keep the product. So why would you want to let customer keep the product and also give them the full refund back? So you might want to do that in a situation where maybe you don't have a warehousing facility, or maybe you're not based in the UK, you're based outside the UK and using a third-party logistic company, which receives all your refund, and then obviously they will charge you to receive the refunds and to process the refunds. And if the refunds are not usable, they might want to charge you to actually liquidate or destroy the refunds. Amazon also offers this facility, but also there's a cost to that. So it all depends on your situation. You might want to set a higher partial refund where you don't want to deal with the refunds, because especially if you've got a business where you have a lot of high refunds and you might not want to deal with the refunds. So you're happy for a customer to keep that product and give them the money back. So that means you're not really dealing with a lot of refunds. So it all depends on your situation, how you want to deal with partial refund. But I think this is an amazing feature. And personally for me, I've started to recover some of the cost of the refund back. So then I can use that cost and place another order. I can just make more products from that cost. So I'm not actually losing a lot of money with the refund. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you are new to Amazon and looking to start an Amazon, I've created a full A to Z guide on how you can start Amazon from start all the way to launching your product. If you're interested in that, go and watch that video here, and I will see you next week. Thank you very much.